Hey, Josh here. We have a 3D Basecamp 2018 video coming out later this week from Mike Tadros called 10 Things I Hate About Your SketchUp Model. Yeah, it's a fun presentation. It is a collection of 10 tips, and they're specifically things that Mike has seen, and so have I, where we get a SketchUp model from someone else, and instead of getting right to work, we have some things we got to fix and clean up, and it can be kind of annoying. So if you're a beginner, this is a good chance to look at some of these things that you may not want to do before you pass along a file to a colleague or a friend. You want to make sure you're not making these kind of mistakes. As I said, Mike has 10 of these tips. I'm going to pick 3 and go kind of quick here, and we'll let Mike do more of the deep dive into these things. And well, before we continue, this is unacceptable. All right, now we're ready to roll. All right, so the first tip I want to talk about here in SketchUp is painting a group or a component with a color or a texture or material. So if I wanted to drop a blue color on this group right here, I could grab a blue paint bucket, drop it on there. That's pretty quick and easy, right? It's actually not the way that you would like to apply materials and colors and things to your model. What you really should do, I'm going to undo that and double click in there, grab that color and apply it at the face level like that, or maybe do a triple click here and then apply it that way. It seems like a little bit of extra work, but it really is the way you want to do it. You want to click on a group like this, and you want to see that default material swatch on that group or component wrapper. So you don't want to see something like this where I paint that on the outside, and then I see something other than the default material there. So let's delete this one, and we'll see how this can manifest as a problem in your model. So here we've got a group here with some wood textures painted on the faces, and it looks pretty good. I've got a default material swatch there on that group wrapper level. If I sample this wood texture and I apply it to the top of this group, so the difference being this one has that wood texture there at the group level, this one just has the default texture there, and there actually is a difference. They look very much the same here, but if I double click in here and then right click on a face, I see what I would normally expect to here: texture, position, and here I can manipulate the texture like that, rotate, scale, whatever I want to do on that face there. Right click, choose done. Over on this one though, when the material is applied to the top of the group or the component wrapper, if I double click in here and I right click on the face, there's no texture flyout option, which seems like SketchUp's broken or maybe something's wrong. But really, that's just because it was painted kind of improperly with the material or the whatever on top of the group or component wrapper. So that's one good reason that you don't want to just drop those things right on top of those wrappers. Go all the way down into the face level. Okay, let's take a look at a tip about layers in SketchUp. So Mike mentions moving the radio button on the left in his talk, and that's because he's using a 2018 version of SketchUp. This is 2019, so things are a little bit different here. We have this red pencil instead of the left radio button. So the left side now signifies turning things on or off, so I can turn off box there, this sack of stuff, the wood barrels, and again this red pencil is what I would want to move around to change the current or active layer. Now you got to be careful doing this. I like to say in the classes I teach, if you move this around, you might want to ask yourself if you know what you're doing, because you can really mess things up. So when I get a file and I see this red pencil not on layer 0, I know there's some problems ahead. So if you move this around, just kind of know what you're doing. What you are doing is if I move that over here and I start drawing, anything I draw is going to be put on that current or active layer. So if I were to go back here, put it back on layer 0 and uncheck this, you can see that's going away. And also I'm getting some other weird stuff happening over here. Let's see what's going on here. If I turn on or off this box, that looks good and fine. But when I turn on or off this one, the visibility here, I'm getting some of the box geometry going away, which is kind of weird, and you don't want to see this in a model. This is definitely a bad situation. So what's happening here, let's turn this back on, double click in this group, and I can see if I click on an edge, maybe that one, it looks like it's on stuff on random layer. Click on a face here, that's on layer 0. What you want in SketchUp is all your faces, all your edges to all be on layer 0, and then your group or your component goes on the layers you create. So this group right now is on the box layer. I can easily turn that on or off like that. And I double click in here, and all of this stuff, I'll do a triple click, that's all on layer 0. So all your geometry, all the faces, all the edges, layer 0, and then it's just your group or component wrappers that go on the layers you create. So pretty simple really, but it's a good thing to make sure you get right. All right, last thing I want to talk about is an extension Mike showed called Material Resizer. Now with this one, you can see kind of a simple output of the textures in my model. And I've got one that's very clearly larger than the rest, and depends on what you're doing on SketchUp, this may be what you want, so it's not like you can't have large images like this. But if I look in my model here, so I've got a beautiful SketchUp flag there, and that's what that was referring to. I'll turn that back on, go to Extensions, Material Resizer. So I could certainly leave that, but it's just really, the tip here is just to be paying attention to the images that you bring into your SketchUp model, because in some cases, this is a good test to do for yourself. Take this image into Photoshop or some other image editor, drop it down to maybe 25% or even 10% of the original size, and you might be surprised with a lot of images in SketchUp, it looks pretty much the same in SketchUp, even though it's a much smaller and lower res file. So give that a try and see what it looks like. And again, there's no magical numbers. Just notice that it's good to kind of keep track of the files that you're bringing into SketchUp, your images. If I bring in an image of a certain size, it's going to add that much more to my SketchUp file size. And really, you just want to be careful that you don't apply large files like this, for example, to something like a leaf or a piece of grass or some texture that isn't really seen very much. So really just kind of pay attention to that, and I'll let Mike go a little bit deeper into the rest of his tips, and just want to do a real quick sneak peek into what he talks about. And go ahead and subscribe if you don't yet, and get that video when it comes out, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.